Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to Lovely, the podcast where we unravel tales of love, desire, and self-discovery. I'm Leah, and today I'm sharing a deeply personal and intimate story from my youth. It's about a place where rules reigned supreme, a boarding school, and a girl who showed me that sometimes the most transformative lessons come from breaking those rules. This is a story about awakening, connection, and the kind of love that changes you forever. So, find a cozy spot and let's dive into the boarding school. The boarding school wasn't what I wanted, but it was what my parents believed I needed. A grand, imposing estate meant to instill discipline, it felt more like a gilded cage. Days were structured, rules unyielding, and even the laughter of the other girls felt stifled by expectation. But there was a current beneath the surface, a quiet rebellion that no rule could restrain. That rebellion took shape in Isabel. She wasn't just strikingly beautiful, she was magnetic, as if the very air bent around her presence. Tall, with an effortless grace and a confidence that bordered on audacity, she seemed to see right through me. It began with small gestures. Isabel would catch my eye during lessons and hold my gaze a second too long. She'd brush her hand against mine when passing a book or whisper a joke that made me blush more than laugh. Every touch, every glance was deliberate yet casual, leaving me restless and intrigued. One evening, after lights out, she appeared at the edge of my bed. "Come with me," she said, her voice low and inviting. I hesitated, my heart pounding, but her outstretched hand left little room for refusal. We crept through the dimly lit halls, our footsteps muffled against the worn carpet. She led me to an unused part of the school, a quiet, forgotten place where the moonlight spilled through cracked windows and cast silver patterns on the floor. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and something else. Something electric. "Do you ever feel like this place is suffocating?" she asked, leaning against the wall. I nodded, unsure of what to say. Her smile softened and she stepped closer, her eyes searching mine. "You don't have to be afraid, Leah," she whispered, her fingers brushing against my arm. Her touch was light, almost hesitant, but it sent a thrill through me. When her hand moved to my cheek, I leaned into it without thinking. "I've wanted to do this for a while," she said, her voice barely audible. And then she kissed me. Her lips were soft, warm, and impossibly tender. The kiss started slowly like a question, but as I responded, it deepened. Her hand slid to my waist, pulling me closer, and I felt the heat of her body against mine. My pulse raced, my senses overwhelmed by the scent of her skin, the feel of her touch, the taste of her lips. We sank to the floor, the cool stone a stark contrast to the warmth between us. Her fingers traced the curve of my jaw, my neck, my collarbone, each movement deliberate and intimate. Every touch felt like a revelation, as if she were teaching me a language I'd always known but never spoken. The world outside ceased to exist. All that mattered was Isabel, her breath against my skin, the way her hands moved as if mapping uncharted territory, the way she made me feel alive, in a way I'd never known. We lay together for what felt like hours, our bodies entwined, our breaths mingling in the quiet. Isabel ran her fingers through my hair, her touch gentle now, almost reverent. "You're beautiful, Leah," she murmured, her words sinking deep into my heart. In the days that followed, we stole moments whenever we could. A lingering touch in the library, a whispered confession behind the chapel, a fleeting kiss in the gardens. But our secret couldn't stay hidden forever. when the headmistress summoned us, I thought I'd crumble under the weight of shame and fear. But her response surprised me. She spoke not with anger, but with a measured tone of disappointment and understanding. "You are young," she said, "and youth often seeks to test boundaries. But there are consequences to every choice." Isabel's defiance only seemed to grow after that, but for me, something shifted. The magic of our secret world had been punctured, and reality crept in. We were watched more closely, our stolen moments becoming rare. Eventually, Isabel moved on, her restless spirit seeking new adventures. I stayed behind, left to process what she had awakened in me. It wasn't just desire, it was a deeper understanding of myself, of connection, of the raw power of vulnerability. Even now, I think of her. The memory of her touch, her kiss, her voice lingers, a reminder of a time when I stepped beyond the confines of expectation and discovered a part of myself I'd never known. Isabel may have been fleeting, but she was unforgettable. And that, my lovelies, is the story of the boarding school. Isabel may have been a fleeting presence in my life, but her impact was anything but temporary. She taught me to embrace the beauty of the unknown and the power of vulnerability. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think our first love, whether fleeting or lasting, shapes who we are forever? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know how your stories compare. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another tale on Lovely. Until next time, cherish the moments and connections that make your life truly lovely. Take care.